This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Skip Money.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. We're very excited to have everyone with us today, particularly a person we have in the studio for the first time. So we're really excited to have them with us and to learn all about their business. And I'm sure you will be too, because today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Ms. Sharon Justice, who is the founder of Justice Leadership. Sharon, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Skip. It's good to be here.
Well, we're, like I said, very excited to learn all about you and what you do. So if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off by telling us about Justice Leadership?
Sure. Well, Justice Leadership is a company that focuses on helping small business, medium-sized business leaders and managers with all the things that they need to run their business well, specifically focused on their people. So I help organizations align their people and those processes to help their business grow. Because often it's really hard dealing with people. That's the question and the comment that I get so often. So it's tools, it's workshops, it's resources, it's coaching to help managers do the work that they do much easier.
Very good. For small businesses particularly.
Yeah, particularly small to mid-sized businesses. So for those organizations that are a couple of employees to probably 500 to 750. So I've worked with all sides, but that's really the sweet spot where we find that managers are just overwhelmed. Founders don't know, how to get everything done on their plate. And that's where I come along beside leaders and help them work on some of their people processes.
Very good. Well, Sharon, very interesting. Tell us about your journey. How did you get into this business, leadership?
Well, so I started my career, decades ago in financial services firms, and I found myself in human resource roles. And human resources can span everything that you can think of, from hiring, firing, coaching, strategic planning. And so over my career, I progressed with really large banks and ended up in a nationwide executive role working with strategy at this bank to deliver, all the things that we need to do around our people. Well, fast forward 20 years into that career, lots of travel, and I had the opportunity to join my alma mater, East Carolina University, and bring a leadership development program to their College of Business. So I spent 12 years developing leadership content to help our College of Business graduates be prepared to join businesses like your audience so they could go to work and be productive employees, because it was more than just credits and debits and management theory. It's how do I show up and how do I present and how do I lead people? So I had the opportunity to work with students for 12 years and delivered leadership content, helped them define what they were interested in. And all along, my former colleagues and associates were contacting me about bringing leadership content to their businesses. So Justice Leadership was born through that effort. It's been around now 13 years. I have a teenager in a business and have been fortunate to work with organizations just in building their leadership content. So it started as mostly training and workshop development, and it's progressed from there. 2 years ago, I retired from ECU. I spent my 12 years and decided that I wanted to pursue this more full-time / part-time, but I am able to do a lot of work virtually. My husband is retired, and so we travel. He joins me in the business quite a bit. He has a coaching background and an IT background, and so we can bring lots of resources to those businesses. And so here we are today. Yeah.
Very good. There you go. Well, what are some myths or misconceptions in the leadership coaching business?
So when people hear HR, they either have a great experience or they have, it's the people police. It's the personnel. I can't, I don't need it. I don't want it, or I can't afford it. And so I help bring more perspective that to leaders that you can't afford not to take care of your people. because we're reminded that we can set great strategy, we can have really good goals, but we can't do anything without our people. And if we don't know how to develop and coach them, then often our businesses aren't as successful as they could be, nor as they need to be. And what happens is we ignore some of those problems, and we say if we don't deal with it, it'll fix itself. And so those misconceptions are, I don't have time. I just need to figure it out on my own. I can't afford it. And so that's what I do. I can come in and demonstrate that you can't afford not to. And it really is a return on your investment when you get the right people in the right places and you've got the right support. So you don't have to do it all.
There you go. Well, you mentioned earlier that you have a sweet spot of size of business that you like to help. Who are your target customers more specifically, I guess?
So specifically, I have worked with small banks because of my expertise and experience in financial services and HR. So I have a number of financial services related clients that I work with. I also have a real love and appreciation for the construction industry, project management industry. My dad was a contractor, so I grew up in that field with him as a teenager and young adult. And so I understand the complexities of that business. And there also is a need because they know how to get the work done out in the field, but those administrative processes are sometimes lacking. So that gamut from banks to construction is an example of what I do. I've worked with a number of large family-owned farming, agricultural-related operations. Again, we think about some of these industries, some of these businesses that know what they do really well, but that back end support function is where I can really bring in and speak that language and help them, navigate those hurdles. And then I've worked with retail. I've worked with, just other manufacturing type firms. So it really does run the gamut. But those are the ones that I currently have real deep understanding and appreciation for.
Very cool, but pretty wide breadth of
Yeah.
types of businesses you work with. That's awesome.
Well, the thing
So,
is, running
go
a
ahead.
business is running a business. You got to have these processes, and it transfers across industry.
Absolutely. And people skills is, something every business has to have, regardless of AI. We won't talk about that, but
Yeah, not today.
so not today. That's right. So, sounds like you're semi-retired, but still pretty busy for as far as you mentioned travel. But what else do you like to do for fun when you're not working?
So when I'm not working, I love hanging out with my grandkids and, being grandma. That's number one. My husband and I do love to travel. Several years ago, we got a Sprinter van that's outfitted as an RV. And we have traveled the country, crisscrossed it maybe 6 times now since 2018. And that's an incredible journey, meeting great people, exploring the culture, exploring all that's in our sort of backyard. And I can do some work from lots of really cool places. So those are just a few things that we like to do.
I am so jealous. I would
Yeah,
love to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely love to do that. My wife's more of a hotel kind of gal, but I would love to have an RV or, a Sprinter van or something. A small camper would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, let's switch gears for just a second. Can you describe a hardship or a life challenge, professional or personal, whatever you think, and how it made you stronger when you came out the other side?
Oh, wow. We all have our own versions of challenges. And I remember particularly about 20 years ago, probably 25 years ago now, I had a severe injury to my back, had a back injury, and it laid me flat for a period of time, and I had 2 small children. Having to rely on my faith and also others to provide support really shaped who I am today, and having a good friend network, but being reminded that I can't do it all and that I need to have good, solid people and good, solid practices in my life was really life-changing. I still remember some of those events, but not being able to do all the things that I wanted to do and having to rely on others really changed me, because I was a hard driving, do it all myself performer, accomplisher. And that shifted not only my view, but the way that my family is connected and how we all really care for each other in a friend network. So that was probably a really pivotal moment for me.
So learn that you can't do it all yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, 20 years, 25 years later, fast forward, I'm living that out and trying to help other people live it out. And, don't really think through how our journey gets us where we are. But for me, that's one of those threads of those journeys that has gotten me where I am today.
Awesome. Well, Sharon, if you could think of one thing that you would like our listeners and viewers to remember about justice leadership, what would that be?
There are resources for you as a business owner, you as a manager, that can help equip and empower you. And yeah, AI, we've laughed at it. AI is out there, and you can search, and it might not be the best guide or the best advisor. Everybody needs a mentor that we can really benefit from, or a coach. And if there is anything out there, I would encourage your leaders to find somebody that they can invest their time and resources and share that burden, and find that coach or that mentor that will help them along their journey. And you'll be glad that you did. And if that's one of the things that I love to do, but just anybody, you go find somebody that meets your needs and that you connect with, find that coach.
Everybody needs a coach.
Yeah. Everybody needs a coach.
So, let's say we've got a small business owner watching the show or listening in, and is intrigued and in need of some leadership training and help in their business. How can we learn more?
So you can learn more at my website, justiceleadership.com. And right on that page is a button that you can contact me either through email or phone call. I am happy to just chat and hear about your story. But again, it's at justiceleadership.com or Sharon at justiceleadership.com are two ways to find me.
All right. Very good. Well, Sharon, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to spend some time with us, with our listeners and viewers, and tell us all about the great things you're doing at Justice Leadership, and wish you and your family, grandkids, husband, everybody, your business and clients, all the best moving forward.
Thank you, Skip. It's been great being here. I appreciate it.
Well, we were thrilled to have you, and would love to have you back sometime if you'd be open to it.
Sure.
All right. Sounds great. You have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptri-cities.com. That's gnptri-cities.com, or call 423-719-5873.